the subscribe button, and if you've already done that, then go ahead and press the bell icon so that you won't miss any of my videos. I'm sorry I haven't been consistent of late, okay, but I'm now here. So let's get right into the video. In today's video, I want to discuss this topic, this question that has been on my mind for some time. A continent called a country. So Africa is the continent in question right now. Africa is the second largest continent in the world. Africa has gone past humiliation to the point that we even beg for our citizens' healthcare. Most people in the Western world do not even have an idea that some countries in Africa that exist. To them, the only countries in Africa that exist, like South Africa, Egypt, Liberia. And why do they have such an idea that these countries are the only countries that exist in Africa? It's just because of its mentions, consecutively, they've been mentioned in the Bible. So a country like Egypt has been mentioned in the Bible several times, and a country like South Africa is because of its wildlife rumors. It has also been mentioned several times. Whenever I think of this topic, a continent called Africa, two questions pop in mind, okay? And the first question is, how was the first countries in Africa like? The second one is, has Africa always been a mediocre continent? To me, the answer is no, because the first countries in Africa, like Egypt, Liberia, and Ethiopia, they've played a major important role in the revolution of the world. Okay, so we consider Egypt to be one of the pioneers of civilization. As a matter of fact, Egypt is the oldest in all of Africa. Ethiopia is the oldest in sub-Saharan, and Liberia, we can just consider it to be like an old state country. Okay, so these first African countries could boast of generating construction techniques that could support buildings, they could support education, and they also generated an effective agricultural techniques. For example, they built on the first plant boat. So all that I'm trying to say is that these first African countries weren't just a bunch of second and third world countries, okay? They all played a major important role in the world, okay? They didn't just help in the export and import of quality goods and products. These African countries were full of natural resources and they could have independence on their own. Africa rebirthed itself slowly, systematically, and consciously. They did this by gaining independence. And the independence didn't come just free, okay? It came with a cost. That's the cost of blood. I mean, the blood of its citizens. They created massive leaders which showed huge signs of development. Some countries had early independence, whilst others came with the pace of tortoise. Right after independence, some countries looked very promising, with abundance of natural resources and leaders who were poised to move the countries forward. They formed unions like African Union, Economic Community of West African States, and many more to protect their financial and security interests. This was all set for Africa to regain its self-esteem. So countries like Liberia gained independence on 26 July 1847, South Africa 31st May 1910, Egypt 28th April 1922. Ethiopia also gained independence on 5th May 1941. Libya gained independence on 24th December 1951, and Sudan gained independence on 3rd January 1956. So all these African countries were thriving to gain self-esteem. Along the line, some greedy and bloodthirsty leaders took over the land, and their greediness spread slowly like cancer to the extent that greediness, corruption, and barbarism were seen as the synonym of Africa. Some Western countries took advantage over these situations created by these bad leaders, whilst others stopped dealing with Africa. An example is when Kutuka took bribe to kick Dr. Kwame Nkrumah out of cabinets. These leaders amassed wealth and caused mass slaughter. Idi Amin Dada of Uganda will top the list of bad leaders in Africa. Ruling from 1971 to 1979, he slaughtered almost, if not more than 50,000 Ugandan and foreign investors. He raped all the girls, almost all the girls in his neighborhood. So if you're mentioning or if you are listing bad African leaders, there is no way we will not mention his name. Mobutu Sese Seko of Democratic Republic of Congo will be the second on the list of bad leaders in Africa. Mobutu Sese Seko forced all television stations to show an image of him descending from the clouds. Like seriously, he was president from 1965 to 1997. Charles Taylor of Liberia will be the last amongst many of bad African leaders that I'll talk about. Charles was president of Liberia from 1997 to 2003. He was actually the main cause of the Liberian Civil War, which killed many Liberians. He encouraged his followers to use rape as a weapon and cut off the hands of all who opposed him. That is a bit of history for you to understand that the cruelty has migrated from mass killing to money laundering and kidnapping, not to say that the mass killing has stopped though. So in a way it looks like Africa gained independence. It looks like Africa gained freedom. But these cabrons, these bad leaders, they've managed to sell Africa to some kind of slavery. All these brings me to the question, what is freedom without being able to make decisions for yourself? What is freedom with a knife or threat on your neck? As we speak now, Ghana is owing more than 236 billion Ghana cedis, which means that every Ghanaian owes 7,300 Ghana cedis, which is more than $1,000. Zambia is gradually handing over to China, because even if China gives the Zambian nation 100 years, it can still not pay off its debt because it is still borrowing. Just on 28th of April 2021, just this April that went by, CNN published news of how Bukom hoisted flag in Nigeria and seasoned wives. These are just few examples of the dumb things that are happening in Africa. Right now, Africa is not in any kind of physical slavery, but it is still incapacitated. Africa, like every other continent, wants to be great. But how can Africa be great when it has clothed itself with bad and corrupt government? These governments keep on making bad decisions upon bad decisions that in no time the Western world might take over Africa once again. This is what I refer to as black moonwalk. You walk in a reverse manner. You start from somewhere, you reach somewhere, then you come back to that same place, okay? So with more than 30 countries in Africa, none of them can be termed as a developed country. It's either they are underdeveloped or developing. This is a very sad thing, because those who fought for the freedom of Africa, they didn't fight for Africa to go back into any form of colonization or slavery. Okay, so there is actually zero or little sign of recovery from the huge debts that are being incurred and bad contracts that have been signed. Thank you so much for watching, and leave a comment down below. Don't forget to also hit the like button if you like this video. and also share this video so that others may see it. Thank you so much and see you in my next video.